So remember on Friday, first gear was, hey, what are the factors of 10? Easily, you told me 5 and 2. Second gear, hey, what are the factors of a term, a monomial? Oh, a monomial times a monomial are the factors. Third gear, hey, what's the factors of a binomial? I think Elena got that one. Can't remember. Well, it's a monomial and a binomial. You multiply these, this constant times the binomial, you get this binomial. And then we ended on fourth gear. Remember this? What's the factors of a trinomial? Well, two binomials. This binomial times this binomial are the factors of the trinomial. Today, I'm going to get into how to factor trinomials, which is, that's the title, factoring trinomials. Okay? And remember, all factors means is stuff you multiply to get to other stuff. That's what I want you to memorize it. Crap you multiply to get to other crap. Stuff you multiply to get to other stuff. Here we go. It'll be easy lesson today. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Trinomials in factored or in standard form. So on your notes, go ahead and put a little star. Put trinomial in standard form. All right. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay. So a trinomial in standard form is going to always be in this form, where the term with the x squared is in the front, the term with the x is in the middle, and the constant is always alone. So a, b, and c refer to coefficients. Let me give you an example. I'm going to willy-nilly just blurt out a trinomial off the top of my head. 5x squared plus 3x plus 8. Okay? That trinomial, first of all, why is it a trinomial?
Because you put it in standard form.
The trinomial is in standard form, but my question is more basic. Why is that a trinomial? Why is this a trinomial? Why do I call it a trinomial? It's not rocket science, you guys. Come on. There's 3 terms. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Trinomial. We went over that last week. 2 terms is binomial. 1 term is monomial. We got a trinomial. It's a kind of expression. Remember, an expression is a collection of numbers, variables, and operations. Now, it's in standard form, like you said, Cortez. You're right. What is then my a value? What value is a here?
5x squared.
Careful. What value is a? 5 only on it. It's the coefficient. Notice, a is the coefficient of x squared. So this is my a value. B value would be what? 3. It's the coefficient of the x. Notice. And then the constant is 8. Okay? Another example. Here's another example. Ready? Negative x squared minus 7x minus 2.
So 1 gray or?
Okay, let's talk about it. I'm glad how you think. I like how you're thinking already here. You're trying to figure out, okay, what's my a value? All right. First of all, is it in standard form?
Yeah.
Technically, let's do a little adjustment. Why, Cortez?
Does it have a name right there in the front?
doesn't have a this doesn't have a coefficient?
Well, the number. Oh,
Does?
yeah, the way it is.
One more time?
The imaginary one.
Not more, I like it, instead of imaginary, invisible.
Okay, yeah.
Right, because imaginary means it's not real. There really is a negative one in this case. There's a -1 coefficient. But let's do some polishing up. Let's get this in standard form more technically, because I see a bunch of pluses here. Look at, can we change these to pluses?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at, we'll do that and do that. Yeah? 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 That's all I'm going to say in my lecture, yeah? All right, let's identify our A, B, and C. A is what? Careful. Careful.
What?
The coefficient of x squared. Here's x squared. What's the number in front of it? -1. Gracias. B. Careful. -7.
C, -2.
Awesome. We're rocking and rolling. We're rocking and rolling, Reina. Talk is good. So, where are we at? Let's see. So we got standard form. Now, here we go. How to factor. Here we go. So when we factor a trinomial, remember that's going to write how to factor. Going to write the standard form again. How to factor. Remember, factoring means what stuff multiplies to get to that stuff. What are we going to multiply to get to this trinomial? Well, it's always going to be two binomials. Going to put that here. Right, Reyes? So, the factors of a trinomial, just like last week, remember I think I gave 4 stamps out to someone who got this, remember? I was saying, what's the stuff I have to multiply to get that? And they're 2 binomials. Elena got that? Who got it? That's right, Stevenson got it. Look at how these 2 binomials are the factors. This is the stuff I multiply to get to that. Reyes and Cruz for warm-up. Look at, for warm-up, they got these trinomials. What was the stuff you had to multiply to get to this, Reyes? It was the 2 binomials. So she multiplied this stuff to get to that stuff. Look, it's a trinomial. She multiplied 2 binomials, and so did Cruz. Cruz multiplied these 2 binomials. That's the stuff she multiplied to get to that stuff. Now we're working backwards. I'm giving you this, and I'm saying, what are the factors of that? You have to give me the 2 binomials. So, coming back over here. Here we go. Here's a trick. Here's how to do it. It's always going to be 2 binomials here. So go ahead and put a plus and a plus here. Whatever goes here and whatever goes here, these 2, whatever you put there has to multiply to become ax squared. Okay? So you have to put numbers in here that multiply to become ax squared. So we're going to put a little loop here. And then right here, these 2 numbers, so here and here, have to become c. Oops. should put the C there. Whatever you put here has to become C. Multiply to become C. That's what I'm talking about right now. How about the BX, and how are we going to get the BX? Well, right, the BX will be these two multiplied plus these two multiplied. The insides and the outsides multiplied should become BX. I'll put product plus this product equals BX. When I say product, what I mean is after you multiply. If you multiply these and add it with multiplied these, and you add them, they should be BX, the middle term. And you found your factors. Now, if this doesn't seem very clear, wait till I do. I'm going to go over some examples, and you start getting it when I do some examples. But right now, this is the overall game plan that I want you to refer to if you lose your way. Whatever you put here and here have to become AX squared. Whatever you put here and here have to become C, and then the outsides multiplied plus the insides multiplied, if you add them up, they got to be BX. Let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate. This is the meat of the lesson now. Here we go. Example 1. Factor, ready? Factor x squared plus 5x plus 6. X squared plus 5x plus 6. Let's factor that. In other words, what's the stuff I'm going to multiply to get to that stuff? Well, automatically I know it's a trinomial. We're dealing with a trinomial here, so I already know the stuff I'll be multiplying will be two binomials. So right off the bat, I'm drawing two binomial parentheses. And I know that's going to be the stuff I multiply.
Wait, so you let's say nothing?
We could have one, yeah, sure. Do it. All right. What's the coefficient of the x squared term here?
1.
1, huh? So what would go here then? Here and here. So the first placeholders here, coming up here, this and this have to become ax squared, huh? Notice that. Right? So the question is, what times what would be x squared? So this times this has to become ax squared. The only possibility would be 1x and another 1x. So when the coefficient is 1, that's pretty easy. When a is 1, life is pretty simple. You just put an x and x here, because both x and x multiplied become 1x squared. If a is, the coefficient a is 1. But life gets more complicated later on today when a is not 1. When a is like a 5 or something, then you have to play around with some numbers. Okay. How about here and here? Look at here and here. You wrote down whatever goes here and here has to become c if I multiply them. Okay. So what numbers would become 6 if I multiplied?
3, 2,
Yeah, 3 and 2, or what's another pair of numbers that become 6?
1, and 2.
1 and 6, very nice. Let's see which one works. Let's try 1 and 6. I'll put a 1 here and a 6 here. So let's see. 1 times 6 is definitely 6. X times x is definitely x squared. Right? So far, so good. I think we got them. Let's see now. The last step, though, is let's see if we get our bx. Our bx is 5x. The way we figure that out is, look what I said. the insides multiplied right here. Whatever these two numbers are, I'm going to multiply them. And then add it with these outside numbers multiplied. I'll add them, and they better be bx. If they're not bx, then we did something wrong. Flores. I'm talking to you like this. Come on, this last 4 days. Let's finish strong here. You didn't do the warm-up, and now I'm losing you. That'd be a Shakespearean tragedy. You ever read Shakespeare's tragedies? Spend the whole summer with me and then fail? Come on now. You got this. I believe in you, Flores. Here we go. Insides plus outsides. All right. 1 times x. Somebody help me before I cry.
1x.
You're awesome. Reyes wants me to cry. I thought you were laughing. Never mind. X times 6.
6x.
Let's add these up. Look at that's what it says right here. I'm going to add, here's a plus. I'm going to add this product with this product. When I say product, that means the result of multiplying. This product with this product better be bx. Let's see if it happens. What's 1x plus 6x? 7x. But we needed what? 5x. So we did something wrong. We've got to go back to the drawing board.
That's 3 and 2.
Let's try the 3 and 2. Let's try the 3 and 2. So these factors did not work. Let's try 3 and 2. I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it. I got a good feeling. 3 times x is 3x. X times 2 is 2x. Add those puppies up. 5x. We found our factors. Here's our factors. Look at the 2 binomials are the factors of this trinomial. We found the stuff to multiply to get the other stuff. What do you guys think? One more example. That's it for right now. After the break, we'll go over a few more. Here we go. Example 2. Example 2. Here we go. X squared. Yeah, here we go. X squared minus 8x plus 12. Let's factor. Let's factor x squared minus 8x plus 12. All right, it's a trinomial. So I already know off the bat I'm going to have 2 binomials that multiply to become that trinomial. Here we go. So x, so these 2 multiply to become ax squared, so that's easy. My a value is 1, so the only possibility here is x and x. That's cool. That's a no-brainer. This is always going to be x and x if the coefficient's 1. Again, after the break today, I'm going to go over where the coefficient's not 1, where it's different numbers. It gets a lot more complicated. All right, now factors of 12. I need 2 numbers that become 12 here.
6 and 2.
6 and 2. What are some other possibilities? 6 and 2, what's some other factors? 4 and 3. 12 and 1. I think that's it, huh? Yeah. All right. There's actually some more numbers, huh? How about, isn't negative 6 and negative 2 also factors of 12? And negative 4 and negative 3, yeah. And negative 12 and negative 1. So look at all these combinations I got. That might be it. What's negative 6 and negative 2? All the 12. So we got some decisions to make. Let's see what we got. I'm looking for numbers that might add up to be 8 here.
Can you put one of each though?
Yeah, it just take a long time, We want to be strategic, in other words, to answer your question. Which out of these, which ones add up to be negative 8? 6 plus 2 would be positive 8, huh? But which ones add up to be negative 8 out of all these factors?
4 and 2.
There, I don't see 4 and 2. A pair, though. A pair, huh? 4 and 3 add up to be 7. So that's not going to work. But negative 6 and positive 2 are not a pair. I got a positive 6 and positive 2. How about a negative 6 and negative 2, right? If I add up negative 6 plus negative 2, doesn't it become negative 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to put a negative 6 here and a negative 2 here, and let's test it out and see if it works. Okay, let's see. These two become x squared. Negative 6 and negative 2 become positive 12. That's beautiful. So far, so good. Now, the last one is the testing, the bx. Let's see. The outsides and the insides. Remember, we're going to add them up. So the product of the negative 6 and the x is negative 6x. The product of the x and the negative 2 is a negative 2. Add those puppies up. Negative 8x. We found our factors. Yes. I promise this is going to be the last one. One more. Any questions on example 2? Here we go. Here we go. Last one. Here we go. X squared, let's factor. X squared plus 4x minus 21. X squared plus 4x minus 21. Got earphones on. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Let's see here. Let's put the pluses. So I know whatever I put here in these first slots becomes that. Whatever I put in the second slots becomes that. And then the outsides, inside should become 4x. So here, x and x are no-brainer because x times x becomes x squared. Now I need some factors of negative 21. Negative 7 and 3. Or negative 3 and 7. Notice, it can go either way. That'll make a difference. And the only other possibility would be negative 21 and 1, or negative 1 and 21. There's no other possibilities there. So, out of those, which ones add up to be positive 4? Negative 3 and a 7. If I add them up, they become positive 4, huh? So I'm going to use negative 3 and a 7. Now, unfortunately, what I'm doing right here, it only works. You know, I'm looking at all the factors and seeing which ones add up to be the bx. This process of finding out which ones add up to be bx only works for when the a value is 1. I can kind of eliminate any factors that don't add up to be the bx. It's kind of like a shortcut. It only works for when a is 1. Notice. After the break, I'll get into examples when a is not 1, and we'll have to just do a process of elimination, just work with different numbers and test them. Here, it's easy. When a is 1, it's easy. All I got to do is look for the factors that add up to be the bx right away, and we get it. So in this case, negative 3 and 7 will work. Let's see. Let's just double check. X times x is x squared, beautiful. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21, beautiful. Now, outsides and insides better add up to be 4x. Negative 3 times x. X times 7. You sure? Negative 3 plus 7 is positive 4x. So here's our factors. Okay, so after the break, we'll get into examples when we'll have an a, that's an a value, like let's say 5x squared. That's going to complicate things. But for now, we're done. Go ahead and grab your computers and check your grades.